That right there is a money question that not enough people are asking. Welcome to the Tom Ferry Show. Do you want more referrals? Of course you do. The challenge that you face today, my friend, is that you are stuck like a bag of chips on a potato aisle. When was the last time you walked down the grocery store aisle, saw all those bags of chips, and the challenge you have is, how do I select this one versus all the chips out there? Well, let's be very clear. The same thing is happening to you, specifically with your database. A mentor of mine, you got introduced to him on a Tom Ferry show recently, named Jay Abraham, actually created back in the 90s a thing called the 93 different referral strategies. Many of my contemporaries built their entire business teaching you how to run your business by referral using many of the principles he taught there. He and I are now collaborating. We put together 36 modern referral drivers for you. And today, I want to share with you 6 or 7 so you can immediately connect, engage, and become the source, to stand out, to be the obvious, don't eat these by the way, the obvious source for referrals as the real estate solution in your marketplace. So let's jump in. Some will be obvious, some maybe you used to do and you haven't done it, it's time to re-engage, and some might be just that out-of-the-box idea that gives you the inspiration to go out and take some action. So the first one is pretty obvious. I hope you do this. Every time you get a referral, what do? You immediately send them a video and say, hey, Sean, I just wanted to say thank you so much for the referral. You told me that Jillian is interested in buying. I've reached out to her. What a terrific person. Thank you so much. The reason why I want to do it on video is it's memorable. I know a lot of people say, write them a handwritten note. It's 2019. When was the last time anybody wrote you a note back? That's like sending somebody a fax. Send them a video. Make it memorable, make it stand out, but most importantly, do it immediately. Rather, even if the referral's horrible, even if it's bad, you do it immediately because we want to condition, like Pavlov's dog, that when you do that, I do something positive in return. Make sense? So, number 2, a little more tactical. When we look at the studies of where our clients' listings came from in 2017 and 2018, there was obviously a multitude of buckets, right? 2 of the top 4. One was agent-to-agent referrals, and the other was their database. When we dug deeper into both, what we discovered is it wasn't all these agents that they knew, or it wasn't all these people inside their database, but it was 25, 35, 40, 50. So in business, a lot of people talk about your dream 50 prospecting list. Your dream 50. What are the 50 companies you want to work with? What are the 50 communities you want to dominate in the real estate space? We take that same principle and we apply it here. So here's what I want you to do. Who are the 25 agents that referred you the most business, or the most companies, right, that referred you the most business throughout your network? And then who are the top 25 to 50 cheerleaders, people that support you, that have done multiple transactions, that would go out of their way to refer you business? We want to have in contextually both of those in separate buckets because they're going to deserve, in a 2019 environment where there's just so much noise happening in terms of marketing, they're going to need way more of you, touches, connections, education, videos, face-to-face, lunches, and more to make sure that you further those referral opportunities. So I wrote down for you, consider 2 buckets inside contextually. And what I wrote down is, let's create a plan to do more for them than you do for anyone else in all of your marketing. So what could you do? I wrote down as an example, if you're social, right? A lot of us like doing social events. Only doing events for those people that are referring you business. I know coming up at my events, a lot of my agents that we're working with that get referrals from everybody, they're gonna host private dinners just for the people that have referred them business over the last 12 months or 2 years, right? To really cement those relationships and keep those referrals alive, agent to agent. For you, consider just a bunch of ideas. Do you have a holiday party planned this year? A summer barbecue? An open day at the track? Dinner at a super hot restaurant? A charity event where you buy the tickets, you buy the tables? Or you hire a thought leader, an author to come in and speak just to your group? Creating these magic moments where you get to shake hands, connect, and be together with these people that are furthering your business and furthering your career is a really good idea. In 2019, I would challenge you to do 2 of those events this year. Do 2 of those events this year for your very best referral sources. All right, number 2 on my list, obvious one. Once we've identified the 25 to 50 of our best, We want to send them along with all of the transactions we did in the last 2 years, a CMA twice a year. Now, you've heard me talk about this before, and you might say, well, how does this create more referrals? Well, now think about it. There's 2 ways we can get referrals. There's those direct transactions from people that we already know, like I would think of that as a referral source of business, and then there's the people that they're gonna refer us. I want both. So by providing, like my stockbroker or my CPA is gonna give me updates on what's happening in my financial world, I think it's irresponsible for a real estate professional to not be updating my best clients and my clients that I worked with over the last 2 years on the value of my home. Companies like Zillow and all of these different home valuation sites, they've made a fortune trying to give people what they want, which is the value of their home. To me, that is your responsibility. And it should be in your marketing campaign to do 2 of those every single year. First 6 months, last 6 months. Make it simple. Get it into a plan, get it into a routine, keep your clients educated and informed. That's a game changer. All right, I got 36. I'm just gonna give you a few more. Ready? After a closing, this is an easy one. What do you normally do? A lot of people send client gifts. What do? We send the client gift to the house. That's a great idea. Some people show up with a basket, a bottle of wine, movies for the kids. My thought is, the challenge is, who's gonna see that basket? How can we leverage that moment? Maybe you do both. Maybe you send something to the house, but what about sending a big bouquet of flowers and a balloon to their office, saying congratulations on your new home? I got, four of my teammates. If all of a sudden, you buy a new house and your realtor sends you this giant bouquet and, with 170, somebody's gonna walk up and go, hey Patrick, what's that? Oh, well, my agent. And just like that, you're being talked about. An easy, low-cost way to generate more referral opportunities. All right, a very tactical one, and really one that you should do the second you hang up from this show. Hang up, you know what I mean. The next one I wrote down is, you wanna call your database and you wanna ask 3 questions. You wanna call every single person in your database and you wanna ask 3 questions. Number 1, have you had any thoughts of selling? Now, you've heard me say this before. It is the money question of all time, especially if you want to generate more listings. Have you had any thoughts of selling? Question number 2, do you know anybody who's had any thoughts of selling? And question number 3, who do you know that tried to sell in the past, but it didn't work out? That right there is a money question that not enough people are asking. Who do you know that tried to sell and it didn't work out? I was talking with my clients DJ and Lindsay down in St. Augustine, Florida. Had a monster year last year, well over 200 transactions, going for another monster year this year. And they were sharing with me that as hot as the market has been, that if you list 100 properties, you're still gonna have 25 or 30 expire. It's just the nature of the beast. What that's telling me is there is a tremendous opportunity for you to go a little deeper into your database and talk to people that you know about who they may know that tried to sell and it didn't work out. And what a great way to get an expired listing to list with you than to have Jillian call and say, hey, look, you got to work with Tom Ferry. He's bananas, right? Like getting that referral. So those 3 questions, very tactical. I hope you're paying attention. I know I'm going fast. Let me give you a few more. You ready? Easy one. Your loan officer, your title rep, your escrow officer, your closing attorney, all the people that are involved in real estate transactions with you. What is your cadence for meeting with them? Is it weekly? Is it monthly? Is it quarterly? Is it never? It should be, in my opinion, once a month, at the minimum, where we get together and say, how can we help each other solve more problems in our business and generate more referrals together? Now, I know this is an old strategy and a lot of people have talked about it, and yet what I find is the exceptional few that do it are the ones that have really created this extraordinary team opportunity in their business where they're leveraging their relationships, their partnerships, the other people they know, the other professionals to generate even more business for the group. I would really challenge you to step up your game and you lead it. And what I mean by that is you need to start saying to yourself, how can I bring more referrals to the table from my lender? How can I bring more referrals from my title rep? What other agent could I get that person to start working with my title rep to help them grow their business? Because you know what, my friends, the way it works is cause and effect. The more you do, the more it comes back to you. So I challenge you to start doing that as well as you build out more referrals. Now, last one on my list is an easy one. Consider this, you ready? What if once a week or once a month, you reached out to your top 25 or your 50 past clients, sphere, people that are referring you business in your local marketplace, and you called and said, hey Mark, I'm free this Wednesday or Thursday for lunch. How would you feel about joining myself and maybe bring like 2 or 3 of your buddies from the office and all buy, let's just get together. I'm trying to expand my sphere. Now I'm doing this live with, Mark, my writer over here, and that might feel awkward the way I just presented it there. But you'll figure out a way to present it in a way that makes people feel like, yeah, this is great. Like, hey, I'm building my business, I'm growing my sphere. I'd love to meet 2 or 3 of your coworkers, people that you really like, the people you're going to lunch with. Invite me along, I'll buy everybody lunch. I just want to make more relationships. At the end of the day, the people that like you, that trust you, that have made you their real estate professional will not only appreciate that, but they're going to enjoy the fact they now get to introduce all their coworkers to this fantastic rock star agent. So, there's just a bunch of strategies for you to start with. Now, the question I have for you as we wrap this up is, what are you gonna do? What's your plan? What are you gonna add that's new or different in 2019 to increase your production, to sell more properties, and at the end of the day, make sure that you are standing out with the people in your database and not getting lost in that grocery store with that aisle of potato chips. Make sense? Look forward to hearing your comments, reading your comments, and seeing you soon. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like this, I'm sure you'd love to be a part of our Hub community, an opportunity for you to send and receive referrals from agents all over the world. For more information, just go to tomferry.com and click on the Hub.